Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are looking at the brand new, which is going to be available for customers from the 4th of May, the beautiful Simply Elegant suite. And it's a suite because it means that you can get everything from it, and it all coordinates and goes together beautifully. So we start off with a beautiful stamp set, elegantly said. I love the fonts. True love stories last forever. For you. Life has changed for you, but my love and support never will. All the things you do are simply amazing. Happy anniversary. Wishing you a wonderful birthday. Thank you. So you've got birthdays, anniversaries, thank yous are for you, a Valentine's or a loved one, and, you know, just supporting people. These are just beautiful. You've got this lovely little lacy border, which is really pretty, and then you've got the flower. So that's the stamp set, and it's red rubber. So you can get the stamp set on its own. You can then get the stamp set and the punch together, which comes as a bundle. So when you have a bundle, you save 10%. And this, as you can see, is a beautiful, beautiful label. It's called the Elegant Tag Punch. So it's a really rather pretty one. And that's what we're focusing on today, because I'm going to show you all sorts of ways of and some tips and tricks for using that punch. We then have some really lovely Simply Elegant trim, which is, it's like twine, but it's sort of, I don't know what you'd call it. I wanted to say corrugated. It's twisted. If I bring that up, you can see that it is. It's got a complete sort of twist running down it, which is rather nice. And that comes in gold and silver. And then you have the most beautiful papers. They're called speciality because you have, and they come in 12 by 12s. I've started using them, so I've cut some of them down. But they're double-sided, so you have this lovely, and I always try and pick them up so you can see. You've got this gorgeous, gorgeous, you can see where it is, beautiful. This one has got the silver and gold on it, and then on the other side you've got a lovely black and white leaf print. You've got, put this up on here, you've got this beautiful one, which again, you know, you can see, if I take it to there, you can see all the different colours in there. This is gold and copper and silver together. So again, beautiful, 12 by 12. And then on the other side, you've got a nice sort of plain little sort of spotty, dotty lined, which again is great for stamping over. You've got this one, which again, look at that lovely gold coming through on there. Hope it's not blinding you, but it is just beautiful. And then on the other side, you've got a black and grey, so a grey background with a check on it, which again, nice for doing masculine cards as well. This one really, really bright, with the beautiful flower on. There you are. I can tip it so you can see you've got copper and silver and gold in on that one, and then flip that over and you've got a black and white with a little tiny sort of check in there. Then we've got this one, which is, you've got the gold, if I can take that on there. These beautiful ones. They're going to be great for, you know, all year round. I think I'll be using lots of these. And then flip it over on the other side, and you've got this lovely print, which works with, if we take the stamp set, you can see, I'm going to bring that in. If you look at the swirl on that, the swirl on that coordinates with the swirl on that one. So, and the flower, if I bring this one back in, this gorgeous flower on here coordinates with this beautiful flower on here. You can see they're the same. designs. So you can do a lot of embossing. I'm trying to keep it simple to start off with, so I'm not going to be doing lots of embossing, but I wanted to show you how you can use the elegant tag punch in lots of different ways. So, and I'm going to use it with some of the designer series paper. First thing you do is you can just punch out just a tag. So I've got one here that I did from one of the other videos that I've been doing recently. So literally you can just do the tag, and you can see you've got this lovely scrolly piece on the top, and then you've got the curve on the bottom. So it's really pretty. You can then, if you take the width of this is 1 3/4 of an inch. So it's exactly 1 3/4 of an inch. So if you cut a strip of, and I'm using designer series paper on this, so I've cut a strip which is the 1 3/4, but I've taken literally just a smidge under. So not even 1/8 of an inch, literally just take it to your 1 3/4 inches and move it down just a tiny weeny bit. That means that it will fit in easier. And if you put it in like this, you can see that it will punch through the tag and it'll come out like this. If you push it in and you then pull this piece up and out, it's the easiest way of doing it. And then I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing this. So if you pull it down, so I want you to pull it down, and you're going to pull it until it lines flat. So this piece here, you want to come flat to the top. So you can put your finger on it, line it up straight with there, squeeze it slightly so it's in place, and you've got it straight, and then just punch it. So we have this on the top, and we've got a longer tag, but with a flat bottom. So I want to take this piece out because we're going to use that one as well. So that's the negative space from there. And we're then going to put it in. And what I want to do is I want to have 2 of these lovely tops on here. So I'm going to put it in again. So put it in. I'm going to pull this piece out. So I'm trying to do it flat under the camera, but so I'm pulling this piece out, so that's not going to get cut. Let's pick it up for you. And again, I'm going to push it so that it just comes down to that edge. So I can see it on there. To make sure that it's lined up as straight as I can get it. Just making sure that I've got it straight on here. So once it's straight and it's come through, because we don't want this bit to, I'm just going to take this up. Okay, so holding it up that way so it doesn't go down into the other. And then I can squeeze it down. And we're going to punch that one out. Okay, so I've got a smaller one and I've got 2 pieces here. Okay, so that will give you, and you can do any size you want. So we'll do that one. That's come out as a double. So you've got it as a small piece. And if you look, it's virtually the same size as the other when you've cut it out. So we've got that one on there. Let's do this one because we want a really long tag now. So we're going to put it in again and put it in from the top, pull it up. And I'm going to take it down to the end here. And again, I'm just going to line it up where I want it. and take that, so that's the top. I'm going to keep that piece as well. And then with the other side, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to put it through. If we don't want it for the double one like that, then what you need to do is take the other side, is you need to slot it in this way, which is always a little bit more fiddly, but as I say, if you've cut it literally the smidge, you can cut it down, and you can then have whatever length of tag you want. So, you know, let's have a, I don't think I want it quite that, well, let's have a really long one to just show you. Okay, so cut that on there, and you see you can have as long a tag as you want. That would actually make a really nice bookmark, thinking about it. If we back that on, yes, that will make a very pretty bookmark. So you've got this in that length. Now you can, if you take a hole punch, you can put a little hole punch in there and put some ribbon on. So this one, as I say, I'll probably turn that one into a bookmark. We might do that later on. So you can see you can get any length of punch that you want. Now, if we look at these two pieces, and I'm going to take a piece of just Whisper White cardstock to just show you on here, which I think will be absolutely beautiful. If we put, for example, we can put this one down on this end, and we could put this one down on this end. We could flip this one over, and it will slot completely in onto the other side, so that you've got, doing it on the grey, then take this piece and slot that in on there, and you've now got a square piece, but with this embossed in. It's probably not the best way to show you on that particular colour. Have I got one that is, don't think I've got one that's plain. If, for example, let me just show you on this one. You see that will fit in perfectly on there. So if you did, you know, the same on the other side, or in fact, we can take the piece that we cut off on here and put this in. You can see that you can make a square and you can actually put that inside, which I thought was quite fun. I quite like the idea. It's a little bit like a puzzle piece that you can put the puzzle pieces in, and I quite like. So that takes it with a top and a bottom. So as I say, I'm saving all the waste from it. And this one, which is, say, I think I really like the best, although I'd probably do it in a different colour combination, is to take, in fact, yes, turn it round the other way. So if I put this with the grey and the grey, then I'm going to put this, which is the silver, coming in on there. And then you can put that in on there. And as I say, you get yourself a nice line on there. I'm hoping that's sort of showing up quite well. It's quite dark to be able to see it. If you see on there, they fit in absolutely perfectly, which, as I say, I think is a great idea on there. And then you can take the different colours and you can put them together. So if we look at, I was going to just put a very quick card together with this to just show you. As I say, I'm going to use these pieces later, but what I wanted was, I've done a couple with one of the others, and you can see you can have a nice piece coming down that sort of length. And I've got that one, which is a bit shorter. So as I say, as long as your width is the 1 3/4 and just tied down, you can do it any way you want. And I then stamped out this beautiful flower, and I've put that in with just to go over the top, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Now you can use, which I think would look lovely, this this little border. So if we take this, and as I say, I'm only doing it sort of as an example. So this is the lacy border. We've got this and this on there. So if we take this lacy border, I need to have it on a long one. Now it is, let me measure it for you. It is 4 3/4 from the actual size of the print, 4 3/4 inches. So it will go perfectly at the top and the bottom without having to fiddle around a bit. Will it go? It won't fit completely on the UK size that we need to cut it at, but it will go top and bottom. So I'm going to give it a top and bottom on this one, I think, to just try it out and see what it's like. So, and I know that this block isn't long enough for it, but I don't need it to be. So what I'm doing is I'm going to line up this edge with that edge and just press it down and see what that comes out like. Oh yes, that's very pretty. Very pretty little lacy edge, which is rather nice. Ink that up again, and we're going to put this one down at the bottom as well. Make sure that I've got it down the other side as well. There we go. So that gives you a really pretty, if I pick it up so you can see it closer, you can see it's a really lovely, quite difficult to see for it focusing, but it's a very, very pretty little pattern that'll work beautifully. So to just do a quick card to show you how you can sort of build it up, I would probably take a piece of, I've been cutting things out of various things so I don't waste it. So if we take a piece of smoky slate, or you could use basic grey, or you could use black, but I think smoky slate will work beautifully with this. I'm going to take this little piece like this and put it down in the centre, put that in over the top. I could have a, no, I'm not going to have a grey circle. I'm going to keep it really plain, but what I could do is to take some of this silver thread and just, says me, it's got itself in a bit of a twist here. I haven't used it yet, so it's there we go, come on, there. So I could put a piece of this in, and I would probably just put it through. So let's show you how I would do it. I would put it through like this, take it down one side and across, and then up on the other side, as you would do with twine. So give yourself a cross piece across it. Obviously it's not, I'm not gluing it down, so I'm just showing you as an example. So if you take it sort of like that, put it onto the card base, and then you've got this coming through on the top, put a sentiment on there, and you've got a really pretty card, and you're only using a small amount of this designer series paper. So that's what I wanted to show you, the various different ways that you can use this punch to have everything from a bookmark size through to pieces that will go onto you know, your length of your card, both ends, through to the little tag that it punches out on its own, and then taking the two end pieces and remembering that you can actually just slot them in on top. So you've got a, you know, a different style of card completely. And you've got this centered in the front. So hope you've enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.